Yo, what's up, good people? It's your boy Amos here. Yeah, today is a bright day, another wonderful day, and guess what? Today I'm here with another interesting video. Yeah, for those people who have been asking me like, what's my experience of being a caregiver in Canada? So today I'm outside here with my Canadian friend. So I will be sharing my experience, and my Canadian friend, she will be sharing the experience. Also, don't forget, we are here to listen to the topic, like for the ideas. Also, we are here for the accent, the Canadian accent. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So the topic of today is going to be like working as a caregiver in Canada. So this is what you need to know, guys, before I introduce my my friend here to speak to you guys. Like let's say you are a nurse from back home. Let's say you are in Africa, any part of Africa, Asia, or Europe. So you are planning to come to Canada as a nurse. Okay, so this is what happens. If you are an international nurse, you need a license. Probably like when you graduate, they provide a license. So when you come to Canada, let's say you are applying, or you are in Canada, like you're inside Canada, so you are trying to apply for work. When you go to an employer, an employer asks for the license, though others don't ask for the license. Though others are like, okay, you are a nurse, okay, you just prove you are a nurse, then from there you kick in. The employer can provide work so long as your work experience and your skills can match the Canadian experience. Yeah. If you go to an agency, we have some agencies here in Canada. If you go to an agency, they just need your international license. If you got the international license, you're good to go, man. You're good to go. Yeah, trust you me, it's that easy. Others can ask for a lot of certifications, and others are like, you got the license, we check online, everything is good. Yeah, they are down to hire you. Yeah, they are down to hire you. So the point here, like, is you to have a certificate or not to have a certificate. So long as you have a license, you are good to go. So before these people, they hire you. So these are the things you need to know before you get hired in Canada as a caregiver or as a nurse. You need to know your rights, and I personally, let's say like we as nurses, or we as PSW, as caregivers, we need to know our rights. Also, we need to know the rights of the residents, okay? Yeah, like if you see like something's not working for you and you know you are right, just stand up, man. Stand up and say something. Don't allow someone to step on you. No, speak your sense, man. Speak up. So yeah, so from here I'm going to introduce my friend, my Canadian friend. So my Canadian friend is going to introduce herself, my bad. Then from there we can start. Yeah, this is my friend. Let me stand, then I show you my friend here. In a count of 1, 2, 3, let's go.
Hi, my name is Candace. I'm Amos's friend. I am a nurse slash caregiver, whatever people want to say. I've been doing this for 7 years. And I guess Amos asked me to talk about my experience in the healthcare. It has been a journey for me. I first started off, I did my schooling around when COVID hit, so that was hard. I did a lot of it online, which was very difficult. But then when I did go into my placement, I was working on the cardiology unit, And yeah, it was a really good experience. I got to learn more about I guess how like healthcare is within Canada, the good and the bad. What people don't actually talk about is there is a lot of racism within the healthcare system here. You would have some patients who don't want a black caregiver or nurse, and then you also have your coworkers who are also racist. So I did have many experiences working in the hospital and working in the long-term care and working in the community. So if you don't know, I guess the difference for long-term care, so that's where like the elderly go towards like the ending of their life, and usually they are placed there when they're stable. So once you are placed there, then you are pretty much, that's the ending. And then in the community, that's like people of all type of ages, and they like, you could even have children and people with like disabilities. So you as a caregiver or a nurse, you would go into like someone's home, provide care. You would feed them, bathe them, clothe them, and just like anything. Like sometimes you could even just be paid just to sit and just talk to some of the people, because some people are just lonely.
So as a nurse or as a caregiver, when you are in this Canada, like we have different settings where you're supposed to work from. The first place you're supposed to work from is, we got the hospitals, okay? We got the long-term care, okay? These are the long-term care homes, okay? And the task you do in the hospital, in the long-term care, they are kinda similar but not like same, okay? Also you got the nursing homes, you got the retirement homes, the clients homes. So it depends with what kind of settings you want to work at, okay? Let's say you're working in the hospitals. Mostly in Canada, when you're working as a nurse or as a caregiver in the hospitals, they usually have a shift of 12 hours. Am I right?
Yes, correct.
12 hours, then you
Yeah.
go for like
There's-
4 days, right?
Yeah, there's, well, it depends on your unit, but it's mainly 12 hours. There is some 8-hour shifts, but it's mainly 12 hours. So you work like 4 shifts straight. So you usually start off with 2 day shifts, so 2 12-hour day shift, and then you finish off with 2 12-hour night shifts, and then you're usually off 4 to 5 days.
Oh, okay.
After.
So which one do you like? Are you a morning person, evening person, or a night person?
I'm definitely not morning.
So you're a evening
I'm
person.
more evening, yeah.
Oh, okay.
More evening.
Okay, that's good. So guys, it depends like what shift you like. Are you supposed to choose for the shift, or like they program it like you have to do morning, evening, and night?
So in the hospital,
Uh-huh.
you're required to, well, again, it depends on your unit, but you're required to start off with 2 day shifts. So the shifts are typically 7 to 7, and then like as I said, then you do your two night shifts. But if you're in long-term care, there's 3 different shifts. So there's the 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. and then 3 p.m. to 11, and then 11 p.m. to 7 a.m.
Yeah. So another thing, when you're working in the hospitals, we got this like people do say like in the nursing home, or let's say in a long-term care home, like nurses, they only administer medication. So we got a nurse here, okay? So you see like when you work in the hospitals, you do like only medication, or you are like a caregiver?
So you are a caregiver, and if you're in the hospital, you administer medication, you give bed baths, you're doing everything. If you're in like a rehab place, which is it's kind of like a hospital, they do like showers, bed baths, administer medication, everything. You do everything.
Yeah.
Change diapers, everything.
So for their understanding, we are talking about nurses, not caregivers. Like, so how can you differentiate between a caregiver and a nurse?
The difference is that the nurses, like who are registered, they can administer medication. Caregivers can't administer like medication. That's the only difference, to be honest.
That's the only.
Yeah, really, that's the only really big difference.
You don't talk about money. Tell them about the money. Oh.
No, it's not like a huge difference in the money.
Eh?
Yeah, it's not like there is a difference, but there's not a huge difference in the money.
So
you do get more as a nurse, but it's not like a $10 difference. No, it's not.
You're saying it's $15 difference?
No, it's less than that. It's less.
So if you wanna come to Canada and you wanna be a caregiver, this Canadian is saying like just come and hit the road, man.
Yeah, you should really like anyone, like if you care about helping people and like that's your passion, just come and try it.
Yeah. So another thing, like if you are working in a long-term care, let's do some comparisons. Let's say like you are working in a long-term care, LTC, and you are working in let's say you're working in a home care. So you got some different types of tasks. Let's say if you are working in the home care, you can do shopping for the residents. You take them out. What else can you do for them?
Bathe them, feed them, you cook for them.
Administer medication.
Yeah, administer medication.
Talk to them
Talk
if they are
to
nervous. If they have anxiety and dementia, you have to be there for them, right?
Yeah.
That's your work.
You talk to their family members.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. You pretty much become like their family because you're entering into their home. This is their private space, and they're seeing you pretty much every day. And you just you do everything for them.
Yeah, you are like a family person now, family member. So like we can do we can differentiate between a home care and a LTC, a long-term care. When you work at the long-term care, you don't cook for the residents. They have like chefs there. So in the long-term care, like they got some chefs who cook for the residents. So the work of a caregiver or of as a PSW, you just go grab the food and serve the residents. That's your job. But when you are doing the home care thing, what can you talk about that? If you are doing home care, you have to cook for them. I think you need just to warm some food for them.
No, sometimes like you'd have to cook breakfast. Sometimes like the family members, they like order like meal, something called meals to go. So you do just heat it up, but sometimes you actually do have to cook something for them.
But that's not cooking, that's heating. What can you say? That's not cooking.
No, sometimes you have to cook breakfast. You got to make an egg, like an omelet or something for them.
Even sometimes eggs for them, just warm them. You don't like cook, you just warm them or you boil them.
Sometimes.
Yeah, so that's the difference, man. So another thing you need to know, my people. So when you are doing this home care thing, my bad. You need to do some shopping for these people because you are working with these home care people. Like you are working direct with the client. So when you're working direct with the client, they trust you. Sometimes financially they might trust you. Am I right?
Yes.
because like you are the person who's going to drive them there. You're the person who is going to do some shopping with them. So for them, they're just going to check on the receipt. They give you a card. If you mess with the card, okay, the government is going to.
Well, you can't do that because there's something called elder abuse. So if you do
financial
take their
abuse.
financial.
Yeah.
So like under elder abuse, there's something called financial abuse. So you can't do that.
So these people, they have like some abuse which you are not supposed to do, like financial, physical, verbal. Like you're not supposed to talk to them anyhow. And you have to be like a professional. Yeah? Even if the guy is like mad at you, you have to know how to counter check and gather your skills of communication. You make sure the guy is calm. Yeah, so it's not easy, guys. Also, it's not that hard, so you can do it, guys. You can do it. Welcome to Canada. Yeah, like when you're doing community, you're supposed to do some exercise with them, right? But we are not the physiotherapists.
It doesn't matter. Like the exercises that Amos is talking about, it's called range of motion.
Yeah.
So you just do like little exercises, like just to help with their mobility. But yeah, it's like nothing that's over the top, because that will be done with like a OT, or like a occupational therapist, or like a PT, which is a physiotherapist. But that is something that's also in your job description as a caregiver or a nurse.
You better be nice to people, man. You have to know these skills of communicating, I can say.
Communication.
Yeah. You need good skills at communication. Like you have to be neat before.
Organized.
Yeah. So you
need
need
to be patient. Very patient.
Oh yeah,
not with only
yeah.
the resident, but also with your coworkers, because you're dealing with all different types of personalities. So you have to really exercise patience in the healthcare facility.
So if you wanna be like a caregiver or as a nurse, the team number one you need to know, or you need to have, is just patience. If you don't have patience, forget about it. Or what can you tell them?
Yeah, it's actually like one of the number one things is patience. Like, because as I said, you could just have a really bad coworker that you're working with who's just rude and disrespectful, and you really have to exercise patience, or you could potentially lose your job if you lose your cool and you don't. You're not like professional.
The settings where I managed to work when I came to Canada. So when I first came to Canada, I just did the school for this caregiving. So the first setting where I started from was home to home care. What do we mean, like when I'm saying like doing a home to home care? Home to home care is like when you're working with a company, or you're working with an agency. Okay, how do you apply for these agencies first before we go further? So in Canada, anything you wanna know. My bad. In Canada, anything you wanna know, anything, just Google online. It's not like back Africa, like you can Google like any agencies near me and you will find nothing. In Canada, like everything online is legit, man. Online is legit. Any business you just put online, it will sell. So when I finished my school for like 8 months, I went online. I searched like agencies offering caregiving jobs near me. Then I just got the address. I went straight there. I dropped my resume. After dropping my resume, they told me again, you have to go online and do it from our website. So again I went back, I did from the website. In the, let's say in 2 weeks, they called me, they interviewed me, and I got the job. So when I was doing this home to home care, I used to do like I had like 3 clients. You have three like 3 clients in a day, because you just finished class or school. So you got like 3 clients in a day. So let's say in one client you can stay there for like 2 hours. In the next 2 hours you have another client, you go there for like 3 hours, that's 5 hours. In another client you go there for like 3 hours or 4 hours. Yeah, and you are done with your 8 hours or 9 hours a day. So that's what my first setting, that was my first setting. After I did for some time, I said, I'm not gonna stick there for that long, man. Yeah, I was just looking for experience. I did there for some few months. Then I said, okay, so I gotta advance. I gotta go to LTC, a long-term care. A long-term care. I talked to my friends. They said, there's this app called Indeed. We have the Staffy. We have the Work Office. We have a lot of the websites here. So I jumped into one website. There's another one we call the Extend Care. So I jumped into the Extend Care. I created my portal. I dropped my I inserted my certifications inside there. Then I applied. After applying, I just waited for like some few weeks. I got a response. The manager or the hiring team contacted me. They said like, hi, is this Amos? Yeah, I said, this Amos. Okay, this is so and so. I'm calling from Extended Care, from this and this long-term care. So if you don't mind, we want to schedule an appointment. We want to schedule like something like appointment. So I said, okay, I'm available. So there, after saying that, we scheduled appointment. After scheduled appointment, they asked me a lot of questions. Like they ask a lot of questions. They want to make sure like what you wrote in the resume, is that you or just faking. So you have to understand what you wrote in the resume. Even if you lied to them, at least try to cram what you wrote there. I think that's very important. So after staying there, I worked for some time. I said, now I'm not going to quit this one. I quitted the first one. I stayed with that one because that one was like 8 hours straight, one setting, like one place. You don't have to move from one place to another. So I said, okay, so this one I'm not going to move from one place to another. I wanna keep this one. Again, I said, okay, this Canadian lifestyle is too expensive, so I cannot manage with one job. Okay, I told myself, okay, I gotta try the nursing homes. No, how do you call them?
Long-term care?
I did the long-term care, so I wanted to try the
Retirement home?
the retirement home. Yeah, my bad. The retirement home. The retirement and the long-term care is the same thing. No much difference. So I told myself, let me do research. I did research. I spoke to my friends at work, the ones who are working there. So this is like a referral. So they told me like we got an email of our hiring manager or something. So that one I didn't apply online. I just shared my resume and my certificate direct to the employer. After sharing that, it took like 3 business days and I got a feedback. So from there also they scheduled the appointment, like the same thing. They scheduled the appointment. After scheduling appointment, the same questions, just trick the questions. After doing the questions, I passed. Then they said, okay, you are suitable for this position. Then from there I said, oh, okay. Then from there I'm good to go. I just got 2 jobs, so I was working like this side and this side, making good money. So if you are in Canada, you need 2 jobs to survive. If you have 1 job, maybe you are a manager somewhere. Or what can you say?
It's true. It's really hard to survive here with just one job.
Yeah, it's very hard.
Very,
you need
very
2 jobs.
hard.
So that was my journey. So we gotta hear the journey of Candice. So Candice, what can you tell them?
So my journey for getting my job, actually, it happened in the college that I was in my nursing program. They had like a job fair. So I attended the job fair with my resume, and I gave my resume out to a bunch of companies, and it was pretty easy. Within 4 to 6 weeks, they contacted me, and I had to provide them with a police check, which most jobs in Canada you have to provide them with. So they just want to make sure that you like weren't arrested for anything, or you didn't like that you're not a bad person, and you're able to work with the public. Then they also asked for your TB tests. So again, like other places, they would ask for that in order for you to work. And with your resume, they would ask for references. So a reference is like you have to provide like your previous employer, like someone that you work with. So they would pretty much vouch for you, and they would say, yes, you were a good worker, you arrived on time. So they would actually check your like references. So that's why I always tell people wherever you work, make sure that you leave on good terms, and that you have someone that can speak really well for you, because if your new or potential employer calls that person and they don't say good things about you, you will not get that job. So yeah, my journey was it was different than Mr. Amos here. It was I was actually very lucky, because most people it takes months for them to get a job here.